You type packetbrew.com. Your computer gets the IP address. Now it has to make one decision. Is this destination on my network or somewhere else? If it's somewhere else, it does one thing. Hands the packet to the default gateway. And your router does the same thing using a default route. Today we're going to understand both completely. And by the end, you'll never mix them up again. The default gateway is an end-host concept. It's just the IP address of your local router, the exit point for any traffic that isn't destined for your own network. Think of your network like a suburb. If you need to visit a neighbor, you can walk directly. But if you need to go to another city, you need to get on the highway. The default gateway is the on-ramp. Default gateway can be seen in your machine. For example, in Windows, you can run ipconfig to see it. Usually, it's the first usable IP address of a subnet like 192.168.1.1. Here's what actually happens when you send a data to packetbrew.com. After DNS resolution, your PC checks. Is 91.108.99.65 in my subnet? Using its IP address and subnet mask, it determines that it is not in the same subnet. So it wraps the packet in a frame addressed to the gateway's MAC address, not the MAC address of the website. The gateway receives it, strips the frame, and then asks its own question. Where do I send this? That's where the default route comes in. The default route is a router concept. Every router has a routing table with a list of known networks. When a packet arrives, the router looks for the best match. But what if there's no match? Normally, the packet gets dropped. That's why we have the default route, 0.0.0.0/0. That /0 means 0 bits have to match. So it matches literally every IP address. But it's the least specific route. So it only wins when nothing else does. It's the catch-all. On a Cisco router, you configure it using the command IP space route space 0.0.0.0 space 0.0.0.0 space next hop IP address. That tells the router for anything you don't have a specific route for, send it to 203.0.135.1 and let someone upstream handle it. Your home router does exactly like this, pointing at your ISP. The key difference between the two in simple terms is that default gateway lives on the host. It's an IP address you configure per device, usually via DHCP. Default route lives in the router's routing table. It's 0.0.0.0/0, a forwarding decision. They solve the same problem, but on different layers. That's it for this video. Remember that both of them serve as the last resort for routing your data. But default gateway is for hosts, and default route is for routers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.